Let's take a look at Nvidia, which is going to be reporting earnings in about a week here, as it is the fourth most traded of the Magnificent Seven stocks here in the HEMA Ready tribe. So I'm bringing up a monthly chart of good old Nvidia, which has been up and to the right. I mean, look at this, skyrocketing since November 2022, pausing briefly in the fall of 2023 before surging higher into the spring of 2024, now consolidating. And check out the RSI power zones down below, my favorite momentum indicator. They have been amazing on the longer term time frame, and you'll see on the shorter term time frame. So if you're new here, I'm HEMA Ready. I use price, time, and momentum to boost my trading and that of my tribes. And I'm going to take us down to a weekly time frame for a quick look at the intermediate trend here. So as you can see, after coming up and spiking about 974, consolidated, approached that level again at 967.66 and pulled back, formed a large red candle, but then we've just been consolidating, not able to post a closing break above that candlestick. So the way I use candlesticks is I look at them in the traditional patterns, but I also look at levels within the candlesticks. And this is my nano twist that I get into in the Gann candlesticks trading system, which, depending on when you're seeing this video, has a special deal going on, so you want to take advantage of it. Okay. Looking at the weekly chart with the momentum indicator down below, went up into the bull resistance, pull back, rising up again, and let's take this to a daily. All right, daily chart of Nvidia. Again, earnings coming out Wednesday the 22nd, and here we are on Monday the 13th of May. So there's been this entire range of resistance underneath that 974 high, supported technically by this gap up that happened back in February. Looking at the most recent action, the fact that we moved above this high here from April 11th is a good sign for bulls who are trying to resume. But again, they haven't been able to post a closing break above that level. I see a trend line that might be useful to draw here. I won't know until I draw it, but oh, boom, look at that. So I connected the lows from April 19th to April 25th. They confirmed on May 1st, and this has been a very helpful guide to the price action. So while this consolidation here holds above this rising trend line, I think there's room for shares to trade higher back towards this 974 all-time high. Now, if they don't do that and they start to turn lower, then I think the most important support to watch is here. So far at 812.55, it's the most recent higher price low, price with a capital P. And I'm also going to take a look to see what forecasting is telling me on the intraday chart. So let's go to a 60-minute chart. And let's dial into the most recent action. So I've got that same peak at 974, but now you can see everything broken down intraday. And I want to show you some magnets, that's what I think of forecasts as, that have been helpful in navigating this consolidation. All right, I've gone and laid out some forecasts that have unfolded in the past, and I'll show you one here in the future. So taking a look back at that 974 high, traded lower, recovered higher, fell lower. On this recovery, wouldn't it have been nice to know where Nvidia shares might trade up to and by when? Well, check it out. There was this magnet sitting out here on price and time. So the vertical represents the time of the magnet and the horizontal hash mark represents the price. The shares didn't trade up to that price point, but they sure did make a high at that time point, right? This is what I teach in the loss forecasting trading system. Shares trade lower from there, steadily. And as this action unfolded, you might have wondered, well, how far down and to the right will they go? Well, check it out. There was another magnet right here. Again, this is the time and this is the price, and that could have been drawn as early as this top back on April 11th. Continuing on, there were further magnets. This was a magnet pulling price up and to the right, could have been drawn as early as this 11 a.m. April 25th bar. Then there was a magnet pulling price down and to the right, could have been drawn as early as this 11 a.m. April 30th bar. And these are the ways that forecasting can really help guide you in the short term on a longer term market position or even further intraday. This is a 60-minute chart. This works on a 5-minute, a 3-minute, anything else. So now with where Nvidia shares are, let me give you a forecast out in the future. For my loss forecasting students, I'll give you the details of it in your forum. For everyone else, remember, if you don't know how to forecast, don't just trade this blindly, okay? Because in the loss forecasting system, I teach how to trade the missed forecasts as well. But here we are. With the current consolidation that's starting to tilt up, the forecast is for shares to trade up here into about 990 by midday on May 14th. Now, that is a very short amount of time away from where we are currently, but that doesn't mean that that time can't still be an important short-term reversal point. And this magnet can still pull the prices up into the right. So there you have it, the latest look on Nvidia, incorporating techniques from price, like Gann candlesticks, momentum, the RSI power zones, which I have a foundational teaching the 4 zones RSI coverage system that gets into that, and then bringing in forecasting, which is very, very useful as well, especially in these uncertain times. We have a lot of data coming in this week, a lot of market moving news. So keep on top of it, and I'll catch you next time.